Marvel Rivals just buffed tanks in a big way. With the release of Season 3 on July 11th, it actually looks like the devs listened and we finally got a peek at the patch notes, and I gotta be honest, this is the first time in weeks that I felt like tanks might actually matter again. If you've been playing tank all season, or if you were a past tank player that switched and you've been tired of watching Iron Man and all these other flyers in the air farm you and your team while you just sit there waiting to die, this one is for you. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what NetEase did to bring the tank role back to life. But before we do that, while I got your attention, we're about to crack 1K subscribers on the channel. So to celebrate, I'm running a Marvel Rivals bundle giveaway, and I'm dropping a Discord server for the community where we're gonna be queuing games together, talking about the game, and even trying to get some custom games going with other communities. If you want to be a part of that, sub to the channel and hop into Discord. It's as easy as that. Only people who are in the Discord and sub to my channel will be eligible for the giveaway, so don't miss out on that. All right, let's get back to it. The state of tanks. Let's call it what it is. Season 2.5 was absolute hell for tanks. Iron Man, Ultron, Storm, Johnny, all in the sky. And then you're just sitting there on your little Magneto, on your Groot, on your Emma. Well, Emma's a different story, but it just didn't feel like you had that much of an impact while you're just getting poked to death. The role to me was unplayable unless you had 3 supports or 2 supports and you're getting babysat by one of them. And even if you wanted to tank, no one on your team really cared, because why would they? The second you step on the point, there's no value for you to get. All the flyers in the air are just getting free value. There was literally 0 incentive to pick tank this season, not one. But finally, in Season 3, we are getting something. The Thing is getting a brand new ability called Battle Blitz. This man can now jump to an enemy, get damage reduction mid-air, and then punch a flyer out the sky. Yes, an actual anti-air move on a tank. 2 videos ago, I had posted tanks are bad. That was literally the thumbnail, and I explained that there is no way for a tank to deal with the flyer unless you're playing Magneto, and even if you're playing Magneto, good luck trying to hit those shots. One of the solutions was to come up with an anti-air tank to combat the flyers. I did not foresee Marvel Rivals changing and giving the Thing a new ability to combat that, because he is a brawl tank. You can't really do anything besides just throw hands with him. This meta was poke. You cannot play Thing and poke. It's just not gonna happen. So this changes everything about the meta, and I think it's fantastic. For the first time, a tank can look up in the sky and actually do something instead of just hiding, taking cover, and being a walking ult charge for them. So now you can punish flyers for getting greedy and being out of position instead of just pinging them and hoping your DPS gets it. This is exactly what we needed. And it doesn't stop there. The devs finally nerfed flyers. Iron Man's poke damage is down. Regular shots went from 40 to 35, so that means he's losing 5 off of his damage, which is good. And his ultimate cost significantly more to get it. It went from 2,800 to 3,400, which is insane. Big jump. I felt like every other fight, Iron Man would have his ult, which would nullify every single support ult in the game. So thank you to NetEase. They listened, they're reactive, and they did their damn part on this. Ultron. They say he's getting a slight nerf to his survivability and support power. Now, they didn't give numbers, but I guess it means that maybe shorter drone uptime or weaker shields. But hey, I'll take it. Point is, flyer dominance is finally getting checked. We don't gotta deal with that no more. At least I hope not. That wasn't the only changes they did. Namor got buffed, Scarlet Witch got buffed, Invis Woman got buffed. Emma Frost, like I said when I was talking about her earlier, she actually needed a nerf as a tank. I feel like she was too dominant and she was the only option, which led to her getting banned a lot. I mean, I didn't watch a lot of the Marvel Rivals Championship, but from what I've seen, she was kind of like an insta-ban, and nobody really wants to go against them. Nobody wants to go against her, which I totally understand. So tanks are finally getting their footing back in the front line. It's not just walk in, hold for a little bit, die, come back, you know? Now you can actually pressure, survive, and do something instead of just being ignored. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like everything's perfect. We still don't know how bad or how not bad Ultron's nerfs are. They were super vague with that. And now, I talked about in my last video, Phoenix and Wolverine got a new team up, which gives Wolverine a burn and a lifesteal in the air. So I'll be making another video about that real soon, about why we should be banning Wolverine every single time. So there's definitely a lot of things to keep an eye on going into Season 3. But overall, this is the first time in a long time I felt like we're not just playing sustain and poke rivals, you know? So at this point in the video, you might be asking, EG what's the meta gonna look like for next season? Well, I wish I knew, but here's my guess. If these changes hit the way that they're supposed to, if the Thing's anti-air punch works like they showed, and if Iron Man and Ultron stop farming their ults from in the sky, tanks are back. The whole meta is gonna shake. Front lines get value. People might actually want to play tank again. And if the devs stay consistent with updates, we might actually be in for the most balanced season yet. So we will see. But yeah, Season 3 could be the patch that finally ends the flyer meta and gives us real frontline again. But like always, I'm gonna test it for myself before I give into the hype. I know I'll be playing on day 1. So let me know in the comments if you're gonna be sticking with your main that you found while the tanks were away, or are you coming back to playing tank? I'll be grinding on day 1, so make sure you sub. And if you're hyped for this new season, make sure you like. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.